Welcome friends to the last and the concluding part on banking frauds as per RBI annual report data. So we have already discussed what is the RBI regulation around it, nature of frauds over 1 lakh, the value terms, how much the amount is, 159% rise, 28% jump. We have already discussed this, so we will move ahead. We have already seen the amount of data, 80% public sector banks, private sector banks 18%. So this is the data which can scare anyone. And now the next thing which and even the amount is huge. RBI clarifies occurrences spread over the years. Nature of frauds we have discussed: loan portfolio, advance category, involved funds, 98% of total amount. And we discussed analysis based on the RBI data that concentration is large value frauds. Top 50 credit related frauds amount to 76%. It can baffle anybody. It should disturb people in who are responsible for it, who are supposed to take care of these things, so that this could not happen, this could not break banks. So 1558 cases of frauds, and the amount in 3 months itself is 28,843. I'm not talking about NPAs here, I'm just talking about frauds here. So now we can come up with the statistical jugglery, or we call it the funny reasoning. I was reading the report and I felt that by the concerned and responsible, I mean, they say that RBI says so in their annual report that it is less in comparison to 2024 cases of frauds during the same period in 2019, that is April to June 2019. Then the amount involved then was 42,228 crore, and it fell actually to 28,000 something. So I mean, as if they are not understanding what is 28,000 crores or what is 42,000 crores, what are the number of cases where their mechanism is failing, why can't they detect it, why can't they ensure the public money. Even they are like the trustee. RBI is the custodian of the economy, is advisor to the banker, and everything around inflation to banking, the sustainability, the demand creation, it all revolves around RBI in Indian economy. So basically, if RBI is saying that there is less in comparison, so if they are feeling good about it, so I think it should worry the concerned and responsible. And if you look at the bank wise analysis, public sector banks alone 80% of total fraud in financial year 20. So 80% of total fraud is in public sector banks, and private bank share was 18.4%. Now no one taken the noted why this is happening in only those two sectors, why the foreign banks is very less, why the financial institution is so less. Are they better equipped, are they better managing their data, are they better in their discretion in giving the loans, what are they doing, how they are successful on the onset? But they have not mentioned any political interference. And then when it converts into NPA, then they come up with a haircut policy, like Mr. Arun Jaitley ji, he came up with a haircut policy, I mean, trimming of things, something like that. And then again now recently, I mean last week, it came up with the idea of having Kamath committee on August 6th, I mean, and the MPC announcements, monetary policy committee announcement by RBI. So they will restructure things, they will do, but they are not going to detect successfully on this. So observation and remarks are that there is a term called as technical term called as average lag. So average lag means between the date of occurrence of fraud and their detection. So most of they go undetected till it is 5 to 7 8 years. So date of occurrence of frauds, their detection, like Nirav Modi kept on piling Bank of Baroda, PNB, he was doing like anything. I mean, it was like a just it was just like a, it's so easy. I mean, it's like a knife on butter. I mean, it was just, he was just ambushing things. And then Vijay Mallya and then Mehul Choksi, between occurrence of fraud, the detection by the banks, the time is called as average lag, and it was 24 months during financial year 20. And this time lag was even more in cases that involved huge amounts. So this should again be a thought-provoking thing. So large funds over 100 crores, less than 100 crores is 24 months, over larger than 100 crores and above, average delay was 63 months. I mean, 5 year plus 3 months grace, something like that. So average delay was 63 months in over 100 crores, and below that it's 24 months. So it's this needs to be addressed properly. So this implies sanction of credit facility in many of the accounts was much older, which we understand. It's fair enough, but they have got data, they have got detection mechanism. There is a joint lenders meeting. So reasons for such massive frauds or massive amounts is that one, RBI has found out they oversimplified it, in my sense, in my opinion. Weak implementation of EWS. Now EWS is early warning systems. It is a weak implementation, which means that it is in place, but these are being not been done properly by banks concerned, and non-detection of EVS during internal audits. Now every bank has their internal audits, but it is non-detection of early warning systems. So there is a failure, so they should address their human resource, or they should address their technology, or they should address this very clearly, and they should be held accountable towards it, because just public money at stake. And third is non-cooperation of borrowers during forensic audit. So I mean, why the borrower cooperate when he has fraud in his mind? So it's something asking, it is oversimplification of things. So inconclusive audit reports, basically again the CA has to be responsible for it, and lack of decision making, or and the banking authorities in general, I mean, who is heading all these things, they should be directly be responsible or accountable towards it. It is right under their nose these massive amounts are turning into frauds. And lack of decision making in joint lenders meeting. I mean, again, joint lender meeting, they can have info of the particular buyer or particular person who has been given loans, many he has taken loans from how many agencies. It is all documented, and they can easily talk when that our loans are going in this direction. But they take 2 years, I mean 24 months to 63 months even to detect something like that. So again, this smells of there is something like political interference into it, or it is something like that they have hands and gloves with bankers itself, or plan of action in future. As per RBI, it is oversimplified again things, revamping the EVS mechanism, no, I mean, no takers for it, and they should be held accountable. I mean, it's very simple. I mean, it's public money. If something has been done into a fraud, the people at least who are responsible should be scrutinized. I mean, they should, it is not their own money, it is public's money. So the message is very clear. The revamping the EVS system mechanism is no solution. They should be accountable towards it, and they should be held liable. And but then 6 to 8 months back, I mean, Nirmala Sitharaman said that banks should give loans, they should not worry about giving loans. Even the government is saying the same thing now, which, and even 6 months back, I mean, Nirmala Sitharaman ji had said that no CBI or no ED will just probe their actions. So even banks are very reluctant to give loans now. So, and now the government wants them to give mudra loans and the bank frauds. I mean, these all are interconnected. If you look at the economy doesn't work in a simplification way. It is a really a complex thing, but it can be understood in bits and bits, and connect all bits, connecting all dots, it will give you a more picture, and things can be addressed. And RBI has got all the weaponry into it, a system that they can address it very efficiently. And strengthening concurrent audit form and timely for conclusive forensic audit, they should stress more on it. And it kept on going. So the bottom line is that this is the number of frauds and annual RBI report, and something has to be done on it, and very urgently. Thank you so much for listening. Have a nice day.